You're locked into the Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast, the only weekly podcast inspiring, educating, motivating 1 million women entrepreneurs one Wednesday at a time. The WCW podcast is fueled by the purpose formula: passion plus purpose plus profit equals success. And here are your hosts, Jen and Modi.
Hey, crushes.
Hey, crushes.
It's Jen. It's Madi. It is our 1 year anniversary, podcast anniversary. And we just wanted to do this live episode to celebrate with you guys. We're so happy that we've made it this far. And yeah, Madi, what do you want to say to the crushes?
First of all, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time out every Wednesday to just listen, or whenever really, to just listen to our podcast, to subscribe, debate, talk about it at work, talk about it wherever you are with other friends, and just sending people to us. It's phenomenal. The emails we get just saying how good we're going, it really, really helps. We thank you for that. Yes, it's 1 year, and happy International Women's Day as well.
And happy Women's Month.
Yes.
We should be celebrating women every day, but they've given 30 days, so I guess we have to, celebrate that.
Yes.
Take that, and around here, we have made it our business to celebrate women, empower women, encourage women, inspire, motivate women. So we are celebrating women 365 around here.
Right. Definitely.
So let's get into some of our favorite moments over the year.
And lessons we've learned.
Least favorite, some of our hiccups, some of our challenges, highs, lows, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So, I guess the first part would be that this 1 year that we've been doing this, I can honestly say I love it. It's been a journey. I've grown to really, I guess, how can you put it? To really take the time out to say, okay, we have to plan this out. This is not we're going to do it today. We're going to do it today. It has to be planned out. And, Jen and I take some time. We take a lot of time to create the content, things to help you all become a better you on a weekly Wednesday process, And that's what we stand for, 1 million women every Wednesday. And we've been doing this for 1 year. Today is significant to us, although it's our 1 year anniversary. It just being International Women's Day is also so dear to us, because I remember, getting to this day, 2016, it was like, all right. All right, Jen, you ready? Like, I remember preparation was like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a mess in the beginning, growing pains. But like Madi said, we picked this day on purpose. It was intentional, because every year now we will be celebrating our challenges as well as our successes. And the birth of this podcast every day on this day of March 8th, but also we will be celebrating women and with women internationally. So
yeah,
the day is very important. It has a lot of significance for us. For me, I think I could start with favorite episodes. So for me right now, to look back over the past year, I think, so I'm going to say favorite episodes, and then I'm going to say something else. So favorite episode is going to be Joanne Encarnacion. Took us a while to be able to say that last name flowing like that, but Go Fit Joe, that's her handle on social media, is probably one of the most realist, authentic, talented, humble
Yes.
person that I've probably encountered. The episode was just very natural. It flowed. She dropped so many gems. I mean,
episode 18.
Yeah, go back and check that out if you haven't listened to it, or if you're listening for the first time with us. That episode was just like major keys. Like it was at that time we felt like, okay, that was the best episode that we had, you know. And
so it did.
For somebody that has such a big following, I think everybody can take a lesson from her, and a page out of her book is that she comments back, she likes, she reshares, she's
humble.
She sent us DMs, after the fact. She's shared, pictures of her kids and, things that she's done or whatever with us. And a lot of times you don't get that. Somebody that still interacts with you after the fact. We can hit her up today and she was, know who we are, interact with us, whatever. And a lot of times as people's following grows on social media, they tend to like act like they're in a bubble. Like they can't communicate with people. They can't reach out. They can't respond, whatever. And so I really appreciate her for that.
Yeah. That was a very good episode. I remember the feeling we had after we even had the episode. She just blew our mind the entire episode. And we've had great ladies to come and speak to us. And I'd have to say it's funny, but my favorite episode, and it was probably our weakest episode, was our 6-month anniversary. Those ladies that we spoke with were truly authentic. It was a tea time episode, but it was a real episode because we talked about like what was really going on in the world at that time, like right now. And it was 2016, it was September, but what was going on was the election was going on, this police brutality. It was just a lot going on. And we having Saida and Dio come and just, talk with us was awesome. It was a very good episode. There's a lot of episodes that I can honestly say. We have Ray Grid's episode. Ray Grid she's still like our homegirl now. Like,
yep, definitely. Ray Grid.
Shout out to Ray Grid. But you know what though? Someone that we have to shout out tonight, and she's actually Jen's friend, but it's Veronica, yo, because
yes,
Veronica King, am I right?
Veronica King, she should be going by Veronica King, but the homie has changed up her name a few times as of late, so it could be Veronica King Music. But I'm pretty sure you go to Veronica King, she'll
pop up. Yes. She is our, the magic behind the theme. Like what it sounds like when you listen, when you first even hit play to listen to our podcast. It's her that you hear. And because of her is how we were able to be comfortable to talk. Because she blessed us with just introducing us, to the
and
scene.
We would not have our intro and our outro for the podcast if it wasn't for her. So, definitely shout out to Veronica.
Definitely.
Without you, this 1 year would definitely not be possible.
Right.
Came through the clutch, as always. So, I don't know why my voice has all of a sudden started sounding very manly. But yeah, I don't know. So lows and disappointments and challenges. Where do we begin?
It was not easy in the beginning.
No. Oh, you know what? So going into this, I would really like to say that I think more growth for me has happened in this piece, more so than in the favorites and in the success part of it. You know, we have been able to come to a really good balance on our roles and responsibilities, you know, learning what each other's strengths are, you know, pushing that other person into doing that more, supporting that person into doing whatever it is that they're good at that benefits the podcast. And just, I think, you know, that teamwork, that bond, that sisterhood, that creation would have never come if we did not have those challenges that we had in the beginning, which is, you know, everything from poor sound to people canceling to, you know, our guests canceling, to getting sick, to traveling, you know, having to have episodes, to episodes getting lost, having to redo episodes, sound quality. I mean, so many things happen and go into this podcast. It's crazy.
Yes. And, you know, it's funny because a lot of people did not know us before this podcast. And a lot of people still probably don't know us, but I think we're being seen. But what I'm saying is, like in the beginning, we're random women. Okay, sending out an email requesting somebody to be a guest, and
with like maybe 150 followers or something.
Right, and these people are like Phoenix White.
Shout out to Phoenix White,
shout out,
amazing, beautiful, talented Phoenix White.
Yes, Phoenix White just when, and she was in another country. We have people down the street that they call us. They email us 30 minutes prior. Can't do it. So, you know, shout out to Phoenix. She did it. She was in like the Philippines or Thailand or something. And,
yeah, she was in Asia. I don't remember.
And it was I know
Malaysia or something.
Yeah.
But she, and we didn't even know that that's where she was at the time. Mm-hmm. You know, like when we first reached out. And she's like, oh, well, let me set my alarm so I can get up because it's going to be like 4:00 in the morning or whatever, something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So it was going to be like 6:00 in the morning her time. Mm-hmm. She called her mom, who was in the States, to make sure that she woke up and got the alarm or whatever. And I was just like, wow, like that's true professionalism and true commitment and support for somebody that doesn't know you, never heard of your brand, to give you a shot in the beginning, give you a chance, come on the podcast, and do this episode, and you're halfway across the world.
Right.
So that was really a dope moment, I think, for both of us. But what would you say about your biggest takeaway from some of these challenges and struggles that we've had here on WCW podcast?
Keep going. You know, keep going. I'm glad that we have an understanding. You know, rift doesn't happen often, and if we both, you know, like that, these are some of the episodes that we've had about, you know, communication. It's a big deal. Communication is not just for a husband and a wife or a woman and a man. It's for everyone. You have to be able to communicate. If you cannot, you're not going to make it.
And I think to go on to this is not really challenges, but this is what came to mind. If you have a partnership, again, we're not talking about marriage or boyfriend, girlfriend, or relationship, whatever. But in a business partnership or any type of partnership, it could be a coworker on a team or whatever, having empathy for the other person is very important, because sometimes somebody, I think we've gotten to a point where perfectionism is not,
The goal.
we'll always be professional, right? And get it done and try to be our best selves and put out our best work and whatever. But perfectionism is pretty much dead at this point. Like, we are so far from that in this podcast now, on this journey. We could say 1 year later, if somebody's late, one of us is going to be late, or little things like that, or a kid is, we have children, our kids might be not in a place settled down, or they might be sick or something. To have empathy for that other person, to be able to reschedule, to be able to understand, to be able to work with them, work around things, is very important. And you will not be able to be successful if you cannot do that. That's another takeaway for me.
I agree. And I also feel like going on to consistency, it matters. And every Wednesday for the past year, Jen and I have, thrived to bring out good content. And it's not easy, but we try. Even like Jen just mentioned, sometimes our children may, they need us more than the podcast at the moment, and we both, just like, okay, we'll do it another time. Even if it's a 5-minute episode, that's a lot, and one thing we pride ourselves on is every Wednesday we come out and we make sure that it's an episode out, or tea time,
or something. And audio content will be out every week. Prior, we used to have a different schedule, and we have now streamlined it and made it better for our audience. But every Wednesday now, you will expect some kind of audio content. At the end of the day, it will happen every Wednesday. So, I think we did success, challenges, disappointments. I don't really have any disappointments or regrets as far as the podcast is concerned.
No. No, we've had some hiccups. We've had some hiccups. Not between us, but we've had some hiccups, like where sometimes we interview someone and it just can't work. Because what we
have
try
you
to
ever
give
been
out,
catfished?
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, like, this is not easy by no means.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to keep coming up with this content. Sometimes you might get home and you like, I don't feel like doing anything but laying in the bed.
Right.
Like, take a shower, and that is it for the night. But you have to find the strength, or you have to cheerlead yourself to get in front of this mic, get in front of this computer, and do what you have to do, because this is what you have signed up for. So, I see this question a lot on Instagram and Twitter and social media, is that how do you do something when you don't feel like it? Like, how do you keep going when you don't feel like you're in a rut or whatever? And I don't know, because I don't know what works for everybody, but I know, and this is going to sound really, but I just have to do it. Like, I just have to do it. Like, that is my only answer, other than praying or meditating or taking some time, peace break to reflect for 5 minutes or whatever. At the end of the day, for me, it's just to just do it. Because a lot of times it's just like anything else. You don't feel like working out. But when you wake up the next day, you like to look at yourself and be like, oh, I might have an ab or two.
Right.
My cellulite is gone a little bit. Like, you don't want to do it, but you just do it. You just have to just bring yourself to do it. And usually halfway through, you end up feeling okay. Like, yeah, this isn't that bad, or I'm glad I did this, or, whatever. So you just have to do it. You have to do it. I mean,
that's commitment on another level.
You want to do and you're passionate about, you just have to do it and stay dedicated and consistent with it.
What a journey. And one thing I do have to shout Jen out on is the show notes. Jen is the one that does the show notes every week, and we're all over the place sometimes in some episodes, and I give it up to my partner here that she does these notes. She does the show notes, because I know that a lot of people listen to the podcast while they're driving, walking, exercising, eating, making a meal, or something. A lot of people are not just sitting by the computer looking at what we're saying. They're doing something. So she usually takes the time out to do that, and I know I appreciate it, and I definitely know that the listeners that are avid listeners of WCW podcast, they appreciate those notes as well.
Thank you. If we have a crush out there who is interested in an internship, we will be doing our call for summer interns soon. And if you would like to come on board, help us with some of these things, show notes, and some of the other things that we do that can help, if we were able to focus on some other things,
right,
of course, we will be able to improve the podcast more. So, right. Interns, if you are interested, you can email us, womanorcrushwednesday@gmail.com.
Definitely. Also, listener feedback is very critical. And, we don't just do this podcast. If it's not helpful, we need to know. We take every comment, every review, we take it serious. And, we're here to try to improve. If, it's something that you want to hear, if it's something that you think we need help with, hey, reach out. There's nothing wrong with reaching out. When you have a chance, go to iTunes, review us. Please give us a 5-star review. Patreon.com / WCW podcast. We're on Patreon. If you'd like to support us in any way, we are there. We're humble for the support. We appreciate it. Our 1-year anniversary.
Turn up in the headphones.
Right. But we have a lot more in store. We know that when we get to our 2nd year anniversary, there's going to be much, much better, much bigger, brighter. Yeah,
we have so much coming up this year, and we want to just go bigger, go harder.
Yes.
And create better content, we have a couple of different new projects that we would like to launch in 2017 and also 18. So look out for us doing some really great things coming here soon here.
Yep, and shout outs to everyone that has helped us through this 1-year journey. Our husbands, shout out to both of them. Shout out to our children for being patient and calm at times when we're trying to record. shout out to everyone that just takes the time out to listen to what we have.
Shout out to friends and family that comment and reshare and all those things. Shout out to any crush, any random crush, any woman who supports us, continues to like our content and share it and post and like and comment, whatever. Instagram, I don't know. You're still there. You're still killing it, but there's some things that I don't know. Where's our likes that we used to get? Where's our likes? Where's our popular page? I don't know. But if you do still see our content and you are still a fan, please continue to like and support us.
Until next Wednesday.
Yep. Be great. Be you. Be dope.